Well, I'd like to say Shelly's back, but you never left. Like, you had a baby in between the last time you were here and this time that you're here. Like, look at you.
She took it easy on me. I had a really easy pregnancy. I had an easy delivery. Well, I guess as
at home.
Labor and deliveries go, an easy delivery. So I think being able to.
And you did it at home.
Yes. Yeah.
You're my hero.
Both of our kids. We did both of our kids.
It's incredible, and you look amazing. It shows that you know the things that you tell us actually work, because look at you, you're a walking proof of that.
I think I got a little lucky too.
Well, okay.
That's okay.
Oh, we'll say that. But now, interesting this week in the Spectators, where I wrote it, read it, not wrote it, I read it. McMaster University just did a study on cesarean sections. Some interesting information out of that.
Very. It was actually a preliminary study that was done, and usually results of preliminary studies are not usually released, right, until they get a little bit more research to support their claim. But they were so significant that they've decided to publish the studies in terms of realizing that the risk of things like allergies and asthma, atopic diseases, that kind of thing, has been shown to be increasing with increasing rates of cesarean section. Which
is really interesting. So what it's pretty much, if we could kind of sum it up from what I understood, is that so when the baby's not going through the birth canal, they're not getting some of those extra good things that they need when they're born into the world.
That's right. So our first exposure to healthy bacteria is through a natural delivery. So obviously all of us want to do the best thing for our children and have the best and safest delivery possible. And those effects can be minimized by replacing those bacteria, but yes, that is our first exposure to all those healthy bacteria. And I know a lot of people, when we talk about probiotics, we all think about digestion.
Right.
They're actually the seat of our immune system. They're where our entire immune system develops from. Our immune system is very complex, and there's lots of arms to a healthy immune system. But probiotics and all that healthy flora that originally start in the gut are really where a healthy immune system develops from.
Yeah, which is really interesting, and I mean, this is just recent for me to kind of, I've been researching and finding things out about probiotics, and then, you know, talking to you and seeing what you were going to bring in today. I'm like, this is really important for people to understand, because it is so good for our health. Yeah,
and something that we as naturopaths have been advocating for years in terms of making sure we're supplementing with a good bacteria in newborns that are born via cesarean. So it's nice that some of this research is coming to light.
Well, absolutely, because, you know, I mean, some of us, you have no choice. I mean, my second son was breech. I had to have a cesarean. I had a, you know, regular delivery with my first one. But now knowing this, there's some things I would have done differently afterwards, knowing that there's some things I could take to have improved the health.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So when we're talking about newborn nutrition, breast milk is still our ideal form of nutrition for our newborns. You know, we generally still recommend that we supplement even breastfed infants with a good quality vitamin D.
Right.
Usually about 400 IUs a day. But really, the supplement display is minimal today because breast milk really supplies your newborn with everything they need in terms of nutrition. Us in North America, we can benefit from giving our newborns a vitamin D.
Okay.
Liquids are nice and easy. So this is an example of an infant probiotic. So we do want to specify infant blends of probiotics versus children's versus adults.
Sure. Dosage should be very different, and how
dosage
it's made up.
And strains are also very different. So this is a good quality probiotic that's geared towards infants. So mom can apply this topically before baby nurses. You can, if you're formula feeding or bottle feeding, you can put this in with their formula as long as you don't heat it with this in it. But really, really important, particularly for babies born via cesarean, but I usually recommend a probiotic blend for every newborn.
That's great.
Also, you'll find if babies have a lot of digestive issues like colic and gas, probiotics can help.
Yeah, you don't want a colicky baby. So, you know, when you're in that state, you'll try anything. And then just before we wrap here, what do we have on this side?
So this, not necessary for baby. More important for mom to make sure she's getting enough healthy fat in her diet. That will pass through breast milk. If you are bottle or formula feeding, you can add things like healthy fats to the formula. But if you are nursing, mom can take a healthy fat supplement that will pass through breast milk. What we're really looking for, this is a functional fish oil that mom could take, but really what we're looking for in for babies is DHA. Really, really important for central nervous system development. So that's one of our big healthy fats that we look for, particularly in moms with restricted diets, vegetarian, vegan particularly, to supplement either mom or baby with some DHA.
And this is really interesting stuff, and I think just, you know, once again shows the importance of understanding what your body needs. Are there natural ways to get probiotics?
There are the difference.
Meaning in food, like, I mean, this is great, but, you know, if there are things we can eat to improve that as well.
So everybody talks about dairy-strain probiotics, and dairy-strain probiotics can be really helpful. The difference is dairy-strain probiotics pass through your gut. So they benefit you while they're going through your gut, but they don't do much to colonize a gut. We need human-strain probiotics. Those are not available in dietary sources. That's our first exposure to them is through a natural vaginal delivery.
Okay.
So that's why it's so important to supplement with a good quality probiotic.
Great way to get a good foundation as you start life.
Yes,
Shelly, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again.
Thank
you look awesome. So glad to have you here. We'll see you next month.
Thanks.